afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast. Me, your host, ImperialDane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 versus 1 on Vilshanka. In the west, it is the ImperialDane himself, fighting for the Oberkommando West, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the Hammond-Göring Fallschirmpanzer Corps with Grand Offensive Doctrine, featuring Panzerfusiliers, smoke bombs, infantry Sturmgewehrs, Panzer Commander, and Tiger tanks with infantry machine guns. Versus in the east, it is Viklas fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, and Comrade Stalin taking on the role here of the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps with mechanized support, airborne troop tactics, and Lend-Lease tactics with infantry, penal troop, and guards bulletins here. And as always, it'd be very nice if you could like, subscribe, and share, and press the bell button if you do subscribe, by the way. Also, big thanks to my patron supporters, without which this episode and some of the others would not be possible. You can join the ranks by pledging and by the links in the video description, or you can just, donate. In the west here, we got me moving ahead here with the Panzerfusiliers and the Kugelwagen. I'm going for Panzerfusilier with the Grand Offensive because I'm seeing Soviets. Typically, they do like to go for Special Rifle Command and Scout Cars at times versus the Oberkommando West, in which case, having these ready are nice. Also, played versus Viklas previously played this, so that also pretty much helps a bit there. Troops heading south for engineers, Special Rifle Command up, Contract heading northward, so it's going pretty aggressively. I'm using the Kugelwagen to help grab more territory in the early game as well. So in the centre here, Storm Panzering northward, so we're both going aggressively at it. I'm going for more Panzerfusilier here, having them because their anti-tank rifle grenades are quite handy versus Soviet light vehicles, as they mean they can't just rush you over there. Kugelwagen continuing in the south here, Panzerfusilier escorting northward to link up the Sturmpanier escort here. We got constant ahead there. Standard stuff. So far, not much else happening there. Grabbing the point here. Sturmpanzer catching the front of Vixen, quickly popping into the church, mostly denied to Viklas. Since obviously him getting to the church would make me rather sad. So good progress in the south. Kugelwagen rushing to the engineers. Penal troop squad almost down there for Viklas. The Strafniki. I'm north here, flanking the conscript squad with the Sturmpanzer charging ahead here. If he's not paying attention, I could theoretically get a wipe here, so just going to push them back. There we go. Casualties being inflicted. 2nd Panzer Squad moving up here. In the south, Kugelwagen there needs to fall back as we've got more engineers applying pressure there from Viklas and the Red Army. Up north, that point being seized. Very aggressive play there by me, putting on pressure on my opponent, which I always find is important. Going for the 3rd Panzerfusilier squad here. My real plan is to get 3 of them, and then supplement any further infantry with Obersoldaten down the road. I'll be going for 2 G43s and 1 Panzerschreck package. That will give me a nice mix of anti-infantry and anti-tank, so I can that way hopefully not have to rely too much on the Panzerschreck, which I'll find is a bit of an awkward anti-tank weapon. That can be really nasty for spam, but I just don't like that. Got penal from way for Viklas, more to back up here. We've got 2 Panzer squad versus 1 penal trooper squad here. In the south, Kugelwagen being around here, but engineers as Viklas leads the front there. Very good. Realizing where I am and isn't, and then of course looking to make fast progress where I'm not. Panzer heading to the north here, Sturmpanzer using more territory. Back here, troops reinforcing, there's no healing there yet for Viklas. In the south, engineers making good progress. Panzer heading towards the centre. We got the Kugelwagen rushing northwards here to link up with the Sturmpaniers, going for the Scar point here. They've got a big push here by Viklas, straight into the Panzerfusilier. 2 chunks of infantry versus each other. In this case, they gain the tactical advantage, at least briefly, and I would like to have to retreat here, as I'm just going to get shot to pieces since my Panzerfusiliers are not actually that great right away. Panzerfusiliers are very much relying on getting their upgrades out, and initially they don't have that. So right, they retreated, probably should have retreated sooner to be fair here versus Viklas, ended up suffering more casualties than was necessary, and Viklas really only suffered conscript losses, whereas I suffered numerous Panzerfusilier losses, so not the best engagement for me there, and it is something that Viklas, I imagine, is going to be more than keen to take advantage of. Truck on the way here, going to go for the Battle Group headquarters, provide reinforcements, well, my healing, and a flak half-track, which I intend to back up my Panzerfusiliers with. Back here, nothing further going there for Viklas and the Red Army. Panzerfusiliers, for those wondering, were actually just basically a fancy name for Panzer grenades, sort of meant for elite units. Initially started with the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier, but later other sort of elite units would receive them, or supposed elite units. For example, the Hammond-Göring Fallschirmpanzer Corps had a Fusilier Battalion, which was actually also its only mechanized unit. Panzerfusilier Battalion, that is. So, little fun fact. The Sturmpanzer squad were taking a back retreat path here, and looked like they're going to get wiped here by all the penal troopers here. A not great engagement call there by me, and also good flank there by Viklas. Getting a wipe there, that's going to hurt me in the early game. Losing those Sturmpaniers is quite uncomfortable, since obviously I lose a way to repair my vehicles, lose a good assault unit, plus a way to lay down mines and sweep for mines. So losing the Sturmpaniers actually has several negative effects on me. But there you go, double shield hand grenades, and of course then we get the tech up, but there you go. One squad forced to retreat, all and also falling back, now only engineers and conscript hold back against the might of the Panzer Fusiliers. Showing it straight for the engineers, going to focus down the ones I can easily deal with, prioritizing just killing stuff here. Cool run with the conscript there, getting a bit too close. Bit of a misclick there and there, go hit an anti-tank grenade and could get destroyed, which would mean another loss for me here in the early game. Which on top of the Sturmpanies is going to be quite uncomfortable since I'm going to lose a lot of ways just grabbing territory then, meaning map control is going to be hard for me. We've got a sniper on the way there for Viklas, and the army going to try and bleed me out with that. Certainly a nasty yet effective tactic. Engineers right in the center, back here reinforcing healing for Viklas and the Red Army. Panzer securing the center. We got 3 and we got 6 kills out of the squad back here for reinforcements. Flak half-track slowly getting ready. The Hammer-Göring Falchion Panzer Corps was basically just Hammer-Göring's little pet division, which had increasingly been expanded over the war. So, like, it's, say, final phase, but it became a full Panzer Corps. It started out like it's a sort of, shall we say, police unit. I think somewhere in Prussia, and then later got turned into, like, a flak regiment. Then, I believe, it was a Panzer Grenadier Regiment, then a Panzer Grenadier Division, which fought in North Africa and Italy. Then a Panzer Division, and then finally became a full-on Panzer Corps. So, a little fun fact, that was basically the Luftwaffe's personal Panzer Division, specifically Hammer-Göring, as he was a bit of a vain bastard and wanted his own armoured division. Point in the north being secured, engineers moving in there, troops reinforcing. Worth noting, while it was an elite division in many ways, it did not have things that most elite divisions had, like half-tracks, until again it became a full Panzer Corps, which is actually a bit interesting to note. Though, of course, what it probably lacked in half-tracks is more made up for in flak guns, since obviously they could easily make sure they had enough of that. So, little fun fact there. Anyways, plans with their reinforcing, getting ready for the next big push. Also finally getting some gear for feasted with the recon packet, which of course also adds a 6th man, so it's a really powerful upgrade there. And it's really where the Panzerfleet begins shining. Got marked by down here for me, the Schuhmine 42, or Schützenmine. Looked a bit like a shoebox. Though, there's also the thing, if you hit one of those mines, you likely weren't going to need shoes because they blow your feet off, which is very much what they're designed for. Maiming. Sniper moving ahead, we've got a nice there from Viklas, thumbs up there, and we get Lease tactics with M4C Shermans, Dishka machine guns, the M5 half-tech assault group, allied supply drops, anti-conscript repair kits. It does actually a lot of conscripts to take advantage of that one, but generally don't rely too much on that anyways. Our ground defense versus Lease, not exactly a common matchup here nowadays in companies too. So I also thought that was a bit interesting because of that. Panzerfleet riding the sniper, flak up turning up here with its 2cm flak. Note this particular version, which what I went for whatever reasons, was actually a specific field workshop modified version from Italy, though in the service of the Hammer-Göring Falchion Panzer Grenadier Division. So, little fun fact there. Panzer's going the northern points, flak up, take up in the north. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. Got the medics ready there, anti-tank grenades. Very good. This using the southern point for me. Very good for me, obviously, and we got the medics ready as well to provide immediate first aid. Fresh Sturmpioneer squad arriving, seizing the northern points. Obviously trying to stay clear each other and sort of avoiding any engagements we actually can't reasonably expect to win. Conscripts people moving northwards, Panzer holding up here behind a shrubbery. As the Red Army advances. For the glory of Comrade Stalin, and there you go. Shots being fired, Panzer squad has to fall back. Seizing the southern point here, and there you go. People with the anti-tank rifles. Clearly indicating he's worried about the flak half-track. They're obviously supported by infantry. They're going to be less successful, going to suffer heavy damage. Quickly pushing in there to finish them off as other troops moving in. There we go. Heavy damage inflicted on the Strafniki. The Panzer squad, or Penal Troop squad nearby. Flak half-track with its 2cm flak. Kednev on the way. Obviously, I don't have quite the munitions for Panzerschrecks yet, so I'm going to go for at least one Kednev. But again, I do intend to go for one Panzerschreck team eventually, since I kind of figure a 5-man Panzerschreck team is actually quite good, since it's going to be harder to just wipe for a tank, which is typically one of the reasons you don't go for them with Panzerschrecks. Plus, it's less of a loss of anti-infantry, it's not that great anyway, so it feels more like an upgrade, whereas for the Panzer Grenadiers, it's more like in an oh bother sort of panic upgrade when you go for Panzerschrecks on them, I feel like a lot of the time. Because you're really just losing a great anti-infantry unit when you're doing that. Okay, I'm moving through the south here, go sneak up here to hit the southern fuel pile. I got mines from in case of mines there from Viklas. Who has been laying down mines obviously. Anti-tank rifles are ready. Sniping pulled back there for healing and all manner of fun stuff. Troops linking up. Got the Kednev ready. And we got another trot on the way for me. That's going to be the Schwerer Panzerhauptquartier. T-70 light tank away there for Viklas and the Red Army. In the centre, Panzerless clash here with the Strafniki. K9 TKs versus SPT-40s and PTRS 41s. In the south, they got Sturmflugzeug right with the Pune troops now backing up. T-70 slowly being ready there for Viklas. Punes are taking heavy damage from the flak half track. Primarily and all the Panzers, of course, helping in a bit as well. Second truck ready. Sturm Pioneers having cut off Viklas fuel, quickly back off. The Snyder being obviously a bit of an issue. But still trying to poke out the heads out and then loses ahead. Panzer, both veterans, one is the engineers in the south. I believe we might be seeing some more G43s, and then the final upgrade will be the Raketen Panzerbüchse, or Panzerschreck. Tank Terror. We got more mines on there from Viklas, very good stuff there. T7 rolling forward here for Viklas and the Red Army, equipped with a 45mm gun, which was effectively the standard of most of the light vehicles at the start of the war. Armoured cars, other light tanks, they mostly had 45mm guns. Little fun fact there. 3 kills on that flak half track. Close to veterans who won. Similar though to the Panzers, the flak half track does take a bit to shine. In this case, it's veterans 2, whereas with the Panzers, obviously getting an upgrade like the recon package. But in both cases, we sort of keep them a bit alive for long enough to get stuff going. They become quite powerful, I find. Panzers up north in pursuit with the engineers. Oh, up the engineers, there go. T7 Ravi going to push them back. Schwerer Panzer Corps is almost done here. Southern Victory Point being attacked by Viklas and the Red Army. The 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps. And there go Pums on the flag half track. Popping off there. Panzer is holding up a Kednev from nearby T-70. One thing which should get close, but obviously it's a bit worried they might be hiding something. Then it's tank rifle and then be a Kednev from nearby. Viklas going for the H-16M assault gun. Not a bad pick there at all. Can certainly put some pressure on me, my light vehicles, plus threaten medium armor to some degree. But at the same time, the Doctrine is gone for. A priority nonetheless should be to try and push for M4C Shermans as fast as possible, since they are quite good. And he does have allied supply drop to help with that particular job. But as you see, they're quick losing ground here. Viklas getting control most of the map now. Obviously, the T-7 being a problem. Troops are enforcing healing. I'm not far off to be able to go for the Panzerschrecks on them. Not far to go. In the south, they got the Panzer being going to catch the Strafniki there. Equipped them to tank rifle, but noting he's gone for that with both squads. They're not able to easily defend themselves against the Panzer. So it's a bit risky there by Viklas, and while I obviously understand the logic behind it, there's an argument, hey, they overcommitted to too many anti-tank penal troopers due to the fear of the flak after. But again, it shows how powerful a flak after can be when he just overcommits to deal with it. And of course allows men to do more work. And of course that's probably when he's hoping the T-7 and the Snub then does all the work. Pums was there, cut to ribbons in a poorly executed attack by me. But there you go, Panzerschrecks ready. The Raketen Panzerbüchse, T-7 raising in. They got the Raketen nearby, but sadly not quite pointing in the right direction. Moving in, I'm hoping to sort of flank behind it maybe a bit there with the Panzerschrecks. There we go, lots of rockets impacted on the T-70, almost taking out their all shots almost taking out the flak half track. Panzer shouting heavy action takes all falling back. We got mines on the rope by Viklas. Panzerschrecks flying there. Several connecting hits there by the Panzerjägers already. Certainly getting a lot of damage in the short time they actually had the Panzerschrecks. But there goes Snubberland's going to kill their flak half track in dying repairs. In the south we got the Panzer Squad going to flank in behind here. Viklas opening up with the G43s. Hoping to catch that snubber and end that bastard's life. Almost got him, but Viklas retreats just in the nick of time. Had he been half a second slow there, that snubber would have been dead. There you go, Konsk's routed here. We got 348 versus 396. Back here, troops reinforcing healing for Viklas and the Red Army. Kednev holding back, going for some Obersoldaten, still some time away from any armor. And the Obersoldaten, of course, will add more anti-infantry and sort of help push through the troops and get to the support weapons. Meanwhile, we got a Dishka heavy machine gun out for Viklas and the Red Army. Lots of repairs healing going on the base, seizing the southern point here. We got the other Panzer Squad heading northwards. Obersoldaten halfway ready there for the German army. The Hermann-Göring Fallschirm Panzer Division. But the show was just really in many ways just this weird, again, Panzer Division or Panzer Corps later on with just so many strange elements to it. For example, most divisions had what was known as a training and replacement battalion. They're sort of usually stationed behind the front, replacements, ensure any new replacements will quickly acclimatized and trained up, so they'd be more ready for frontline action. There's actually a unique feature of German divisions, but The weird thing is, the Hammond Goerling's one was stationed for some reason by the foremost and eastern front in Holland, and was actually partly also a, you know, defense battalion for, you know, the coastal areas. Yes, I don't get it either. So it actually had an incredibly big one for some reason. And again, might have been also some, you know, ways of trying to deceive the Allies, but still there's a thing there. Cleaning up the man with the flak half track. Punching the head with the orbs down there for rockets flying. T-Sunny hammering away there. Close to 2. In the south, they're just coming up, taking it farther from the flak half track, which is about to gain 2. Suppressed there. Loading by way at the same time the armor piercing round. It does take a bit of a while that the flak half track is causing heavy damage. It's now gaining 2. At the same time, the assault continues. T-Sunny's backing up, but it's not doing it fast enough. The punch takers continue. Not caring about the losses and finish it off. That he pulled into the base, it would have been saved. But sometimes you do think that you can get away with it, and he couldn't. So right now he's lost the Dishka and the heavy, the T-70 there. And his sniper could also risk going down here. So the Oberstdorf now are hot on the heels of the sniper. Flag half track, that means got Betsy 2 now and 11 kills. A grand maneuver of Viklas, but sadly did not quite pan out the way it hoped. There, Gorbison clearing out some of the Pumes before retreating. Sniper there, hiding out nicely there with Viklas. Thumbs up. Sees in the north here as everything else is going on. And there you go, Pumes was on heavy fire from the flak half track. Again, of course, note, a Betsy 2 flak half track is incredibly lethal. It's not something you want to get your infantry out in front of casually. And as you might notice there, it's also going to be really good at clearing out retreating units. Like, the Betsy 2 flak half track is just great versus infantry. And again, that's a trick to, like, you know, the flak half track. Just get some damage in, but at the same time, don't risk it. And then get its Betsy 2 and just watch your opponent's infantry melt away. So this was ended up being a bit of a decisive engagement. Of course, Viklas quite a bit there. Penal Trouble Squad, heavy machine gun, and the T-70. And I didn't really lose a lot there in the process. In fact, I can even grab the heavy machine gun turn against Viklas. That said, Viklas is far from out of the game. But he certainly lost a significant advantage there. And certainly handed me a larger one there. Panzer IV halfway done as well there. He's going to need to consider taking up. There we go, got the tech. It will also be, I think, very good for him to consider an allied supply drop to maybe see if he can't spoot up the fuel. And whoa, Petrov went flying there. Someone just hauled him into the air like it was nothing. Jürgen, did you just throw that man up into the air? Oh, yeah, I do that all the time. All the time? Are you an Ubermensch, an actual one? I thought that was just, you know, Scheiße. Oh, I don't know. Oberson flanking almost got in for the assault off raid, trying to capture this now, but this now once more escapes the wrath of the Oberkommando West. Almost got the Pumes was there, but not quite. And for the south here, disconnect man by Panzer. They're down 2 men already. Panzer advancing there. Adding the commander there. And back here, we got the mechanized armor company up. Again, he could consider here the allied supply drop to see if he somehow can't get himself just a bit more fuel and then push out for, say, the M4C Sherman, which might just allow him to turn things around against me. What we'll have to see what he does. I mean, the clever move, I think, would be head northward to try to avoid me here because most of my guns have been pointing in this direction. So any head-on assault base can be met, obviously, with a lot of firepower and a lot of pain. But we'll have to see here what Viklas decides to do. And there you go. He's in fact pushing northwards here. He is deciding that the wisest plan of action is not to attack into every single German gun. Very wise there by Viklas. Got a second Obersoldaten squad on the way there for me and for Deutschland. So he's in the southern points here. Firing off a flare here because I'm still not entirely sure what's going on here. I'm just, you know, also want to juice the flare. Should highlight it a bit there, but, you know, just check if there's anything hiding, anything going on before advancing. Meanwhile, Viklas spinning northwards there. Panzer hitting a mine. Good money there by Viklas. Thumbs up to that. And of course, I'm just charging them, feeling pretty confident, which is, you know, something you should always be careful about. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer, as they say. And you should remind yourself of. I'll wait, Panzer IV push back. Over here, my assault on my counter-attack is slightly range moving with the flak half-tag up here. And right here, for some reason, I don't register. They're actually anti-tank rifle troops inside there, so I'm just allowing my flak half to take a lot of damage. Rather points. Hitting another mine, the opposite taking a lot of damage. I'm trying to take out the H-6 because I figure if I can destroy it, that's GG, which is probably what led him to make the same, lose a lot of units here. And I effectively end up making the same mistake as Viklas in a fun way. You know, in a very meritly, good lord, Dane, you just learn nothing from your opponent way. So, yeah. Certainly shows you how the tides of fortune can quickly change on the battlefields of war here. Of Great for Viklas, less great for me. That's it. I still have a lot of infantry. I still have a Panzer IV. Viklas, less so. And Viklas does need to replace his infantry losses, and of course he does need to get some armor out. I'm still surprised he hasn't bothered with the large supply drop. Of course, with the flak half track out, he might have had that shot down, but by now, the flak half track is thoroughly gone, so, you know, he could get away with it. All the infantry on the way there, laying down mines. Good work there by Viklas. Might also be another reason he's not calling in fuel there. He wants to spend the munitions on mines instead. As it has very obviously had quite an effect on me. And there you go, going for the M4C Sherman, also known as the M-Chop by the Soviets. Fun fact, most M4C Shermans actually end up in this Soviet sort of elite guards mechanized divisions where they would actually replace T-3045s. They're apparently perceived as being better, obviously. If you're not going to, like, you know, take away the best tanks from your elite divisions. Quite the opposite. So, it's a little fun fact. They're also, I believe, preferred by the crews because they're much more comfortable to ride in than the T-34s, which are not exactly designed for being comfortable to ride in. Or have much in, like, you know, cruise reliability. But there you go, Panzerwing head here. D for the Fleet and Panzer Extension 6 quickly falling back. Engineers for the Panzer Exalt got the Puma troops joining in. Sniper is moving up here as well for Viklas. Trying to grab back this on the fuel pond as well. There's all the final goes in the north. Steel hunting out of there. Dodge nicely here by Viklas engineers. M4C Sherman almost down there. Go rolling out there. Should of course add the pin out and 50 cal there. Another steel hunting out of the engineers. Quick retreat this time around. Sherman rolling ahead. My Panther 4 in hitting another mine, by the way. I just drove from mine into mine. My God. I'm a bit of a patch on that one. Going for another Panther 4 here. I have in this one actually quite registered my opponent's going for Lease, and so probably should have set it up for a Panther instead, but he's rushing in it, trying to catch the Panther 4, but it's already brought within relatively safer confines. We've got Continental being held up with the disc and the Panzer was here, taking heavy damage. I kept moving southwards. Spotted here by the engineers, Sherman ahead here, 50 cal almost done. And Panther 4 halfway done there for me. Up north, a bit more skirmishing here. All of a sudden moving in, and we got this another retreating, almost getting wiped out, but once more escaping by the skin of his teeth. Sherman up here, catching the cannon of wiping the crew. Panther 4 and a bit of choppy action 6 alternate support. Good hit on the Panther 4. Panzer from the north just being rushed in there. Pioneers being murdered there by the Sherman. 3 kills on it so far. Needs to be careful not to extend those. Shot bounce off the Panther 4's armor. Echelon 6 moving up. Second Panther 4 ready. Shot bounce off the Panther 4. Shot bounces off again. That is some incredible luck I'm having there, to be honest. That is some incredible luck. There you go. Shot one through. But now we got the Panzer 6 up the flank here. Need to fall back with the Sherman. And the Echelons, he needs to fall back. I don't need to, but he needs to get out of there before it's too late. Panther 4 the rushing head here. Penal just moving up. Almost got the machine. This one there. Go. Wipes it as well there. Nice little push there by Viklas. A bit risky, but you know. No guts, no glory. Adding a Panzer command there to my Panther 4. We got 305 to 258. Panzer Fusiliers on the open being shot to bits. Sniper no to seen. Arm being pulled back for repairs. Sherman at half health, close to efficiency 1. Up north we got 2-man Overland squad hanging south, etc. Got more points. Starting to focus on the echelons of the M4C Sherman. Up north, all of a sudden they almost been wiped out here. Could get a wipe here, possibly. There you go. Down and out for the count. Good work there by Viklas. Sherman almost fixed. Back here, need to fix up the echelon 6M. Email other Panther 4 being repaired. Sturm Pioneers how to work fixing all these panzers. Grabbing the point here, seizing the point there. Viklas on the warpath once more. Sherman good to go. Very close to veterans on that one, gaining access to radio net. Fixing up the echelon 6M. Note he's splitting up the engineers a bit. Would you consider a fuel drop now? As he just not a big fan of it. Blah. In which case, you should definitely consider more infantry versus me. The more infantry you get out would, I think, be the better. Sherman moving in there. Panzerjäger's there, though. Awfully close. Need to get that tank out of the fast. Got the Panther 4s and the Panzers going forward. Here's Sherman already down to less than half health. Damage engine. Bad development here for Viklas. Underestimated my tenacity and the reach of my Panzers. There you go. Sherman knocked out. Panther 4's pulling head here. Nasty blow there to Viklas and the German army. Or the Soviet army. Blah. Using the Panzer Fusilier in the south. Having fun there going on. And there you go. Panther 4 right here with the echelon 6M. Veterans 1. Panzer Fusilier in trouble. Rocket 5 but missed. Snow, by the way, also got wiped down. That's a harsher blow there to Viklas at this point, to be honest. He definitely should consider more troops, though. Or perhaps another H-6M at this point. Just something to, like, add more into tank firepower there versus my vehicles. Plus, you can maybe, like, get some dense artillery barrages off there. Love to see, though, what Viklas plans next. We got 305 to 179. And he goes in a surprise move here for the mechanized half-track assault group. Can't say I expected that one. Filled with guardsmen equipped with Thompson's, which, by the way, as a fun fact, the Surge only received about 1,000 of them because they weren't interested in more of them. One of the primary reasons was basically the gun was too heavy and the ammunition was actually too large. And the troops couldn't carry much of it. So they didn't like it. Fun fact there, mines down here in the center by Viklas, right of the units in the south here. One option, of course, you could consider is actually shifting out the panzers of half-track assault grenadiers. The guardsmen with the submachine guns and equipping this one with his anti-aircraft package. That could maybe help a bit. Meanwhile, I'm just going for another Panzer IV at this point. I just have so many, I might as well just go for more. Still, we can see Viklas is actually stabilizing this despite everything, so good work there by Viklas. Very good work. Yep, he is equipping him with the anti-aircraft package. Guards Riflemen can advance here maybe on the southern point. The Panzer XPC, I think, be bowled over. More mines here. Viklas obviously expecting and preparing for assault there by me. Very good there. Thumbs up. Another option of Viklas, he has probably gone for the support companies, so field guns or machine guns would be a good addition here. Guardman of Academy, but those are really good. You could even grab machine gun. In fact, it's a bit sloppy when we actually haven't done much to recruit these weapons. Thumbs down to me, by the way, on that one. Thumbs down. That is definitely too sloppy. In fact, I might even get myself 2 thumbs down. Just absolutely unacceptable poor behavior there. And he's about to get hosed down. He's also the Guards Riflemen versus the Panther Force and the half-tech on the Panthers at range, and not really much good. Half-tech about to get knocked out. Big Panther IV push here. Half-tech knocked out easily. H-6 also on top of the Panther IV there with the Comet Blitz, which increases its rate of fire as well, Bo. And there you go, H-6 down. Viklas taking heavy losses from that Panzer assault, and suddenly Viklas is in a really dire state now. As the full might of the Oberkommandist is unleashed upon him here with a full Panzer platoon under strength. He does have the Academy, but he still also has some anti-tank weapons, like he's got the anti-tank penal troopers, but the old situation here for Viklas is pretty tough. So I'm making a mistake with just rushing the Panthers like this, ignoring the fact that Panthering is a complete bastard, to be honest, and I could easily end up losing tanks to this. In fact, it looks like I might lose a Panther 10 tank satchel charge to the Academy for here. Or maybe not. Very close, they're very close. They're coming up here. Panther flying at the Panther 4. More rocket fire here. Calling in a smoke bomb here to cover the retreat. My Panther Force again. I realised I screwed up badly, and so smoke bombs are a nice way to cover for that. There you go, smoke up the Academy for troops taking heavy hits here. As Viklas is going all in to destroy my Panzers, or at least get one down for the count. But sadly, my infantry helped screen this retreat, causing heavy losses here to Viklas and allows my Panther Force to disengage, though heavily damaged. And with a bit of luck, or had I slightly made some worse moves, this could have gone a lot worse for me, to be honest. Meanwhile, I'm calling Morbison as I lost another squad there. Meanwhile, Panzers have done quite well for the most part. Fresh attack here by Viklas. He may want to start using the merge ability of the conscripts here to keep costs down on the rest of the units. That I think would be a very good idea here, to be honest. Particularly maybe I'm always just reinforce the Guards Riflemen there. Just going up here, one kill this time, crewed by Sturmpionierer. Viklas can soon go for another Sherman, but he's going to have a tough time of it nonetheless. Very tough time. Orbison heading northwards there, more Infrared Sturmgewehrs. Going here for the Panther 4, going for an anti-tank grenade. Damaging the engine. Before I guess falling back here. Also mine there from Viklas, very good there. Using the southern fuel point back. And the Orbison hit the mine, immediately losing half the squad. In the south, a few plucky Panzerjägers heading in there. Viklas very close to another Sherman. Panzer Force they're being repaired. 7 kills, and 12 kills. We got 29, we got 20 on those. As you can see again, once the match sort of starts to get going with those key for the fleet Panzer release, they really can start racking up some serious kills. Guards airborne there. Not fully reinforced. Viklas feels he has to rush them out to the battlefield to meet the fascists head on. Coming in from north here, a few anti-tank rifle hits here. American Panzer's routed, another hit there on the Panther, putting him down to half health. Northern Victory Point being seized by a few plucky Panzergrenadiers. And we got another truck from me, going to be mechanized ready to help repair all of these Panzer Force. And to this point, I'm starting to realize just the Storm Pioneers are not going to cut it. Take northward stick, pushing away the disc, opening up the center victory point here to Viklas. He can actually soon go for a shot. He actually can go for the Sherman now. He should be released in a few moments. Oh, he ended up reinforcing some troops, so he cannot. Artillery called in here by the Panzer IV. Around the south here. Engineers falling back under a small yet withering barrage there, unleashed by the Germans' artillery. Penal troops as the Panzer was moving up, they're 29 kills. HQ5 there for Viklas, assigning other things to need to hit as all the German armour. Not necessarily a bad idea though. At that point he might as well just go for field guns. In fact, I'm surprised he has not actually gone for any field guns, seeing as he's gone for the bomb company. That's a surprisingly, shall I say, lacking element there. HQ5 halfway done there for Viklas and the Red Army. Fight for the Southern Victory Point between the Guards, Rifle Infantry and the Sturm Pioneer. We got a concussive grenade there. Sherman on the way there for Viklas. He cancels the HQ5. We go for another Panzer for Sherman there. So the HQ5 got the Panther going here. 10 kills, half 8 veterans and 3. Guards Rifle being pursued. About to get wiped here by the might of the Panzerkampfwagen. The might of Deutschland. There was a close one there at the end. Viklas Guards Rifle Infantry did not survive that one. Up north, we got Pim sitting from northern point. Panzers nearby. Just reinforcing healing. Sherman almost down. We got 264 versus 115. At this point, I'm just looking to, like, overwhelm his units and just see if I can't get some wipes, just to make sure he has less opportunity to get back into the fight. Since obviously the longer this fight goes on and say, any mistakes happen, he could theoretically still get back into the fight. At least that's my perspective. So, in a sense, I'm just looking to, like, overwhelm with my tanks and just get some wipes in, because the Panzer IVs are basically my best chance of landing wipes due to their high accuracy, particularly with veterancy. But there you go, another Sherman out here for Viklas. We got 264 versus 91. Storm pots in for the southern fuel bank around the point here. And we got the Panther Force on the march here, going from the northern victory point, striking there. Folding the east, Panzer flies at the frontal armour, punches through. Engineers route it. Lots of fire there. Panther Force down to health, and pull back here to the now established mechanised regiment headquarters, the Repair Pioneers. Dish holding up the penal troops there. Sherman is being held back here by Viklas for now. Engineers versus Sturm Pioneer. Grand Northern Victory Point. Heavy machine gun shooting that in a bit of trouble. And routed. Down to just 2 men. Overson penal troopers or panzers moving in there. Got 32 and we got 36. Quite a few kills there. We got 264 versus 60. Grand Northern Victory Point here in the south. So the infantry advances for Viklas for the Red Army. At this point, he may want just considering up Nation 6 to back up the Sherman, and he just needs more firepower here versus me, and he can't help deal with the Panzer Force. And the Nation 6 could do the trick, though, of course, so could a regular field gun. Still, Viklas is a fighter. Panzer Force being fixed up. 50 points left for Viklas and the Red Army. Main gun pushing the centre there. We got troops being slowly overwhelmed here by Third Infantry Sherman in there as well. Panzer Squad there, and Panzer X in fact about to get wiped out. Southern Victory Point almost ceased. We got the disc being moved in. Anti-tanks out from the Panther Fortress, slow to pull back there. Grenade off the Panzer Squad almost taken out there. There we go. Damage, and again, there's a satchel charge goes off. Tearing huge chunk of the health there. Anti-tank rifle off from the Sherman, doesn't do any damage. Panther Force going for a double blitz here. A double blitz to Moscow. Going straight here for the Sherman, using again the increased rate of fire as well there to just get past, but also just deal a lot more damage faster. Allowing them just, actually a surprisingly short amount of time to take out the Sherman there. And that's actually something that, makes the Comet Blitz better than the Wehrmacht Blitz, because the Wehrmacht Blitz only boosts the speed, but the Comet Blitz also increases the rate of fire. And again, that can actually, allow you to, quickly take out some units with a good maneuver. So there you go. With that, Viklas surrenders, his spirit broken, his forces shattered. A brutal fight here on Vilshanka, highlighting what I'm going to feel like, you know, some of the strengths of the Panzer Fusiliers, again, that they actually can be good if you know how to utilize them, and of course, the power of the combat blitz. I think if Viklas had made better use of support like field guns, maybe Maxims and mortars, well, not Maxims, but, you know, mortars at least, along the discus, I think it'd been a better spot. Plus, if that engagement with the, where he lost the discus to the flak after, for example, was also, I think, a crucial one. Had, like, for example, not lost the T-sim like that in the discus there. I think it would have been a better state, but his inability to get out in time ended up costing him quite dearly, and was certainly giving me a quite large advantage. Maybe not much harder for Viklas to get back there. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. Hope it gives you these fun matches. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family. Don't tell enemies. This is ImperialDane and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.